Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come in, come in, come in. This is Tamika's Den. I'm Tamika. Get on in here, y'all. Get on in here. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. You are now in the den. So, guys, this is my review cap, The Oval, Coming Clean, Season 5, Episode 4. Child, listen, y'all. Sam's still over here getting his behind whipped by Priscilla. Okay, Priscilla got her thugs out here and they whipping on him and they don't give a damn if he a damn federal agent or who the hell he is. Okay, she want him up out her house. She wants him to leave his weapon and she wants him to never talk to Victoria again, which I'm saying, girl, why does that part even make a damn difference? Y'all gonna stop playing with me and dragging out this Sam and freaking Priscilla situation. I'm tired, okay? I's tired. I think we all tired. Meanwhile, child, Lord of mercy. Apparently, Barry is not Barry. This ain't Barry, so now we got to keep dragging that story too because we saying this ain't Barry, this ain't his stuff. I know my son, that's not even his bill. Where did you find this? What made you think that it was him? You know, we got Zell being brought to the freaking pharmacy and pictures being taken of him and a call being made that's basically saying he's the one that mixed up all this stuff and that he's the one that even hit Kareem in the freaking head. So now Zell, I guess, got to be running for his freaking life from God knows who. We got them looking for Allan while Allan in the cell fighting for his life, child. Fight for your right, Allan. Fight for your right. He trying to fight and get this daggone dude up off him that's trying to shank him up in the freaking cell. You know, we got Victoria telling Eli to come on up to her daggone bed, baby. And Max and Kyle and Bobby downstairs. And, you know, we trying to figure out, well, what the heck is he going upstairs for? Meanwhile, the dead has arisen, okay? Hunter is up and he looking around and he talking about, I got a country to run. And they like, oh, no, the vice president, you know, already got freaking, you know, signed in to take your place while you been out of it, sir. Okay, you not ready to get up and out of here yet. Baby, Nancy done spilled the tea. Nancy said, I'm telling it. Okay? Nancy said, baby, me and your daddy was getting it in, up, down, around, side to side, in and out, all around. Okay? It was not no one-time thing, and he was bigger than you. He was better than you. I'ma call you his name because, honey, it was nothing like him. He was the best thing since sliced bread, since cooked rice. You ain't it, Richard. I said, well, damn, Nancy. God. That was hilarious, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie. But we gonna break it on down, take it from the top. Get on into this, y'all. Y'all know how we do. So, y'all, you know, I gotta be real with y'all. I just gotta tell you the truth, how I see it. I had mixed feelings with this episode. The episode was all right. It was certain parts I liked and it was certain parts I was not that crazy about, okay? That's just what it is for me. But, you know, of course, put it in the comments. Let me know what you thought about all of this. So we picked up basically with Richard down inside this morgue. And he is like, that is not my child. That is not his things. You know, I know how he look. I know his build. What the hell? You think I don't know my child when I see him? So, of course, he started giving the cop the breakdown that this was in Virginia, the last place that he went to. Of course, the coat, how crazy they are. He was looking for his daughter, whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. The cop gives him his card and says he gonna go ahead and look into this, right? Then we get on over to Priscilla house, and Priscilla still got Sam being beat, okay, senseless. They beating the crap out of him. And she telling him, you know, you going to stay up on my house. You're going to stay up on my face. You're not going to come back around no more. That's that on that. Do you understand? He tells her, yes. She like, yes, what? Okay. Yes, Scylla, I definitely do understand. You will not see my face anymore. But he want to talk about, you know, do they know that I'm a federal agent? She said, they don't give a damn. They don't care about you or anybody else. All right. Let's be very clear. And so he was trying to get up and get his weapon. And she was like, you really think I'm going to let you get your weapon after the way you talked to me and the way you thought you was going to come up in here running damn things? I sure the hell am not. And, you know, all of them go ahead and pull their weapons out or whatever, right? Now, I got confused because she started telling him about, and when you at the White House, you're not going to talk to Victoria or whatever. And he's like, no, I'm not. I've already been stopped. I have no intention on talking to her. So she's like, all right. And I'm saying, well, what difference does that make you, Scylla? Because according to you, you don't want him no more. You wanted him to sign the divorce papers. This would have been a perfect time to pull those out and have him sign them. But girl, I ain't see you do that, okay? You sat back and started sipping your damn wine, and he went on about his business, at least for now. I said, now what's him gonna do? Come back and retaliate on you? I'm sick of both of y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I really am. Now, Hunter wake his behind up, and he just like, what the hell is going on, okay? The nurse has seen a spike with the blood pressure and was like, why is the blood pressure going up, and whatever the case may be. And the doctor's trying to let him know, like, you OD'd, okay? He told the nurse to step out the room for a minute, and he's like, you got to relax. We still got to monitor you and take care of you. You can't get up right now, sir. And Hunter's like, nah, you don't understand. I got a country to run. And he's like, oh, you don't have to worry about that, okay? The damn vice president has already been sworn in. And Hunter's like, what the hell did you just say? So he said, get this stuff off of me. And of course, he was trying to go ahead and get up, and his behind ended up passing right back out. The nurse comes in, asks him what happened. And he's like, he overexerted himself, got excited, was trying to get up. And she was like, oh, he's not going to be able to do that for a long time, at least a while. And she says, yeah, I know. So he told her, keep an eye on him and make sure to keep him calm. If he should wake back up, that he should probably be getting back up in a little bit. He was lightheaded and he passed out or whatever, but so far his vitals is looking good. He's stabilizing now. So she was like, what was he saying? She said, of course, as president, he want to get to work. And she's like, yeah, that won't be happening for a while. Okay, so Hunter done went his behind back to sleep, at least for the time being. Now, we get there and damn Alonzo, whatever, is still waiting for, crazy ass Donald to get home. And he come in and he's like, okay, spill the beans, tell me everything that happened now, And he starts to tell him, of course, without supposedly wanting to tell him, snitching without meaning to snitch, that he got this from Allan. And then he's like, so Allan is the one that drugged him and gave him fentanyl. He's like, what are you talking about? He's like, no. He said, but where's the stuff at now? Oh, well, I gave it to Allan and I haven't heard back from him since then. So Donald's like, shit. So he goes and calls Allan. Of course, Allan ain't answering because he locked up, okay? And he leaves a message, and then Alonzo starts saying how he been trying to reach him too. And he's like, go find him. Don't come back until, you got him, and bring him back here to me. So he's like, all right, he leaves. Now, Priscilla comes walking down the stairs, and Donald asks her the question that we all been freaking asking, and we all been wanting to know. Why are you still here? What are you doing here? Like, why the hell you didn't just take that opportunity to leave, okay? And Donald kills me because you've been threatening her this whole damn time and saying you're going to do stuff to her family. You clearly don't want her, but you don't want her to go nowhere else either, right? And she over here talking about whatever do you mean, love? And he was like, you had your chance or whatever. And she's like, well, I just want to sit here and, watch you self-destruct. I ain't going to miss the chance to see you get yours, right? And he's like, oh, well, you did put him up to this, didn't you? And she's basically like, whatever do you mean? No, I ain't put him up to nothing. You put him up to it when you basically was trying to destroy his whole life. And he's like, well, I warned him. And she said, well, that's the whole thing. Some people are not going to back down, okay? Once you come up and you messing with them. Then he wanted to know if they had came and cleaned up the body upstairs or whatever, right? And I think he just called him like a daggone tramp, slut, something child, okay? And she's like, really? And he was like, what? That's what he was. And she was like, well, I don't know. I haven't went inside of that room, And he was saying he didn't put nothing past her because she be like an edgy types. And she was like, nothing like you. And he's like, yeah, trust me, it's definitely nothing like me. Nobody could ever be me. I'm one of a kind and I'm classy. And I said, Donald, that's not how I would, describe you. But okay. And that he got taste and all of this, right? Excluding her, right? So she said, and they like women. And he was like, hey, I like women sometimes too. I get a little woman occasionally. So she was like, well, when the hell was this? Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what occasion is that? It's been years. And he was like, yeah, boo, not you. Okay. I don't got no interest in you. I said woman. Okay. I didn't say you. So she was like, and what am I, Child. So, he talking about she's been reduced to nothing in his eyes. So nonetheless, he said he gonna go ahead and take the guest room, and she was like, well, that's where I was sleeping. He like, yeah, like you said you ain't gonna be in there now, cause I'm going in there. I said, girl, I'm the one that had to tell me twice. I'd have been out of that damn house so fast. Take the guest room, take the living room, take the other room, take the kitchen, take the bathroom. Goodbye, good riddance, good luck. But no, what does she do? She's still sitting her ass right there. Did I call her Priscilla? I meant Lily, y'all. Y'all know who I'm talking about. But anyway, moving right along. So, in the meantime, we go from, them to Allan in this cell. The guy's still telling him, you're going to be screaming for nothing. Ain't nobody coming to help you. Do you got anything that you could offer me? And he's like, well, what do you want? He tell him that it's going to be like 350,000. And he was like, 350,000? Then he's like, you know what? Yeah, I can get that. And he's like, where you going to get that from? You can't get that. And he's like, yeah, I'm telling you, just tell your boss or whoever's in charge. Give me time and I could get it to them. And he's like, I don't believe you, and they not going to want to listen to that too. He's like, you don't know me, but I'm telling the truth. You don't know what I'm capable of. So then he started talking about the coke, and he's like, what are you talking about? He was like, yo, I'm just, I'm a man of my word or whatever. Like, believe me. So then he just talking about, oh, it's lights out and I'm about to lay down and take a nap for a while. So it's time for me to get ready to do this because I have to mentally prepare myself and I have to be able to go to sleep for a minute. And, Allan is going, what? Like, what the hell are you talking about? And I'm saying the same thing too. Make it make sense. Like, if you coming in here to supposedly take somebody out or do whatever the hell you doing, get to what the hell you doing. Like, we ain't got time to sit here and watch you take a freaking nap first. He over here talking about this is really hard on me and I need to get, my mind in the right space. Like, Allan supposed to care about that. And Allan basically just keeps continuing to try to call for help from the guards. And he keeps telling him, you wasting your breath with that. Then we got Bobby and Dan Max talking back and forth or whatever, child, through their earpieces or whatever, Big Papa, Mama Bear, and all of this crap. The vice president basically just had them walk him over and told them to stand at the damn bottom of the stairs while he finally make his way up to Victoria. So he like, that's strange. And how long has he been up there? And he's like, what did he go up there for? He's like, I don't know. And, so far he hadn't been up there long. So he's like, all right. And then he's asking, Max, like, where's Cal? And he's like, he's right there. Oh, he could listen. He's trying to listen to you. Is everything good over there? And, Max is basically saying it is what it is. And he's like, yep, he right here, trying to eavesdrop as hard as he damn can or whatever. So they basically was like, they out for now, right? And so, of course, Cal is over here like, what was that about? And Max is basically like, oh, just my plan to murder you. And he was like, come on now, you already tried that and fell. Nah, I didn't try because if I really wanted to, it would be done already. So, of course, he's telling him he's overreacting, let it go, let it flow. It's not that serious. Get over it already. And he's like, I really thought that me and you would be able to be friends. If we would have met in a bar somewhere, we probably would have been getting it in already. Okay, just lighten up. And then Max is like, child, ain't nothing happening, Captain, with me and you, right? So, he also was telling him, like, I could be done, cracked your daggone neck before the camera flip around. And they like, oh, the camera don't flip nowhere. You right. That's how it used to be back in the days. Now we got this new stuff. And then Cal want to start talking about some damn, yeah, even how the cops be having freaking, cameras on them now. I wish we was back in the old days. I miss the old days or whatever the case may be, right? Now you can't get away for nothing. You can't get away with anything. Cops got body cams and all of that. We can't bust heads no more. I said, Cal, when I really don't remind us because we want to bust your damn head right open, right? And so Max took the words out of my mouth where he was like, can you please shut your damn mouth and go stand over there, keep away from me. Cal want to talk about some, oh, you sure I would really like to keep my damn, mouth open and you don't want to smell my breath and all this other bull crap. But then he just go ahead and walk over, to the other side. And he's standing there with the stupid look on his face, child. Just waste the scene, to be honest. So then we get Zell being brought into the pharmacy by Kareem Cousin. Read me off the names of the people that basically also got the supply. Just go on. And every name he say, okay, the first name was Dallas Nightingale. Oh, damn, damn, damn. And then Zell is like, what? Nothing, just keep reading. And then the next name is basically like, what was it? Bill Willis, Frederick Neese, Willis Bradley, right? And after every name, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, that's all of them. And then Dell is like, okay, all of them what? What is this? What do you mean? What's going on? And he's basically like, all of them, this is bad. All of them have OD. So if you're saying a Secret Service guy came in here or whatever, you don't understand. And Dell is like, understand what? And he was like, that means that, this going to the White House could be really dangerous and it's going to come back. So he's like, I'm not going to jail for this. And so, Dell like, okay, well, let me go. I ain't got nothing to do with this or whatever. And he's like, shit, trying to come up with a damn plan. So, of course, he turns talking about oh, well, you're going to have to go down for this. You did this. You're taking the fall for this. You was the one that mixed up the stuff. And Zell's like, no, I didn't. He like, yeah, you did. So he takes a picture of Zell. Zell is like, what are you doing? Makes a call. And he's like, yeah, that's the person right there. I just sent it to you. He's the one that mixed everything and put it out there. And he also hit Kareem in the damn head. Every time Zell trying to talk, of course, he keep pulling up the freaking hammer on him and then gonna tell him, well, you better be careful, okay? See you later, peace, because they about to be coming over here to get your ass. I'm like, why y'all keep trying to put Zell in freaking mess, man? Like, let Zell breathe. He wasn't trying to do nothing but be a damn friend. Now, moving on from there, we basically had got... who was it? I think Richard went back in the room with Nancy or whatever, right? Trying to check on her after... No, I'm sorry. As a matter of fact, we had goddamn Eli finally making his way up to Victoria. And come to find out, Victoria been the one behind all this stuff. She's saying how brilliant it worked out, how she was on top of things. He like, yeah, I'm impressed. I don't understand how the hell you made it this far and made all of this happen. Like... trying to basically get her to spill the tea. And she was like, come on, I knew he liked horse, so it wasn't too hard. And he like, go on. And she was like, well, once I found out that he liked her and he was going to have her here, I already knew what time it was. She worked at the pharmacy. It was easy to put everything together. And if there was going to be any type of investigation, I could handle this. So I decided to figure it out and, how to get his hands on them, or his nose, I should say, right? And I knew the people that I could have to be able to manage it. And she was like, mother can't reveal all her secrets. So she like, I don't want to keep sitting here drinking or whatever. Let's get in here and get to the do. That's what I brought you upstairs from, right? And she has more people on her team than they know. So he was like, well, don't tell me the butler did it. And she started laughing like, no. And he's like, good. So child, she just said she want to make love to him so bad right now. So they go ahead to go in the room, right? Now, this is when Richard come in the room to Nancy, and Nancy is basically like, oh, you love me? Like, why you looking at me like that? And he like, yes, I do. You so beautiful, and I love you so much. Yes, Nancy, I do love you. She like, oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I really do. And he's saying, oh, I really do love you, girl, okay? Child, Nancy started talking about some... even after I did your father all those times, because he was like, you special to me. And she was like, oh, that's so beautiful. I really do appreciate you saying that. She was like, even though I kept having sex with your daddy. So he like, what? Nancy, what the hell you say? Because he was all rubbing her arm and holding her hand. He basically posed back when she said that. And he's like, you what? And she was like, yeah, what you thought? She was like, baby, it was good, okay? Daddy was giving it to me. So he said, well, how many times? She was like, I don't know. Oh, a lot. It was really, really good. He was really, really good in bed, And so he was like, was he? She was like, oh, yes, he sure was, She talking about, I was so in love with him, okay? So he was like, were you? And she was like, yeah, I was. She said, I knew you were coming back and I couldn't have you coming back with me there, so I tried to break it off with him, but oh no, as a matter of fact, really in all actuality, he broke it off with me. I didn't want to let him go, but he was saying he didn't want to hurt you or whatever. And, I didn't want you to have you coming back. And I kept telling him I didn't care, whatever. I just wanted to be with him. But he wasn't having it or whatever. I said, damn, Nancy. So she was like, could you imagine? And he just keep going, Nancy, Nancy, Nancy. She was like, you would have came home and we would have been together and I would have had a baby. And he was better than you. So he like, Nancy, just keep calling her name. He's like, Nancy, you need to be quiet. And she was like, why? He was like, you saying too much. So she basically was like, oh shit, I feel like I'm just telling it all. I'm being honest. She was like, I feel like telling it all. I feel like telling it all. Okay. But that was it. And so he was like, was it? She was like, he was the only one I had an affair with. I said, child, Nancy, Nancy, Nancy. So he said, the only one. She said, yeah, after you came home, I was so devastated that he broke up with me. And I said, I would be with you just as, to stay around him. So I said, damn, Nancy. And he was like, is that so? And she was like, I was young and stupid. What you expect me to do? Ain't that funny, child? Ain't that just a hoot? And he was like, yeah, it's hilarious, okay? And so, basically she's saying she ready to go because she was telling him that the doctor had discharged her. And I'm like, really? He just finished saying that she was going to have to stay there for a while. So I didn't believe her at first. And he said, well, he going to go and get the doctor. She told him heavy back clearance. He said, I'm Richard. She said, I know. So when he got in the hallway and he bumped into the doctor was like, oh, good. We about to discharge her. And he said, nah, I can't do it. All right. I got to go. The doctor was like, wait, what? He was like, yeah, I'm going to have somebody else come here and pick her up. So I said, now y'all going to make Richard and Nancy have to go ring around the rosy again after she was, cooking dinners and apologizing 100 times over and over and over about this whole situation, only for her to now admit some other things pertaining to the daddy and open back up the wound of that whole situation for Richard. And he over here stressed out about Barry. I said, Tylerperry, you ain't ish, okay? So he picked up the phone and called Priscilla, and Priscilla's thinking he's calling her about Sam. She answered the phone talking about something. Oh, I don't care what Sam said to you, Richard, or whatever. What are you calling about? And he like, huh, what? He like, I'm calling about Nancy. She's being discharged from the hospital. Can you come over and pick her up or whatever? And she's like, yeah, what happened? What's going on? He was like, I just can't be here. I can't deal with this right now. I need your help. I need you to do me a favor. Please, can you come? And she said, yeah. He was like, I'm sorry. I know it's late. And she was like, that's all right. That she was going to be there. She was like, well, what is the doctor saying? And he said that the doctor had said it was going to wear off in a little bit. And she was like, well, that's a good thing, right? And he basically was like, yeah, but, Richard don't want to hear none of this crap right now. And so then we got back to Allan in the damn cell, child. And Allan was just like, come at me at this point, okay? If the guards ain't going to come help me or whatever the case may be, and you still saying you going to do what you going to do, then we going to have to go ahead and fight it out. And Allan ended up flipping his behind over. I said, get him, Allan, get him, okay? Now back up in the damn White House upstairs with Victoria and them in the bed. Now I guess we done had one round and we stopping to have a drink and talk, and I can't figure out whether Eli just wants to know these things because he's really so interested in what she did and how she did it and how she made it come all together and he's impressed, or if he actually has another ulterior motive. But he's sitting here asking all these questions, how did you do what you did with your son? And I wasn't expecting you to be doing this. And she's saying how she's exhausted with all the different, chess pieces that she been placing. And he was like, damn, you knew he would fall for the girl in the pharmacy. And she was like, he's stupid. Of course I knew that he would, and he over here like, damn. And she was like, making all the calls to the dealer and setting up the stuff with the pharmacy and making sure that Alonzo's stupid ass would feel pressured to go get it. And then the rest of it just kind of fell into the place. And he was like, I'll never figure out how you got all this together. And she was like, well, I'm a woman, honey. Okay, what do you expect? So she started saying like, let's talk, and okay. Allan and Alonzo was friends and all of that. So, to get rid of two for one or whatever, right? And he's a stupid agent. He knew that, Hunter would use a stupid agent or whatever to get him the drugs. So basically, it just was as simple as pie, right? And that Donald was already getting drugs from the pharmacy before, so the rest was pretty easy. So now we like, okay, yeah, we done did enough talking. All right, let's get to the whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. I need another round. The sun about to come up. Let me go ahead and ride you. Okay, let me ride it. So, he over here, oh, girl, I love you so much. And, child, next thing you know, while she riding him, Hunter come walking in the door talking about, what the hell is this? What's going on in here? And she heavying up and jumping off of him, and he hiding under the damn covers. I said, now how this gonna work? How the hell he gonna get out of there without Hunter seeing him? I can't, y'all. I just can't. That was the episode, y'all. Put it in the comments. Let me know. What did y'all think about this episode? What you liked, what you didn't like, all that good stuff. Child, give me a wave. Let me know you came by. Put some flames up in the sky. Like, comment, share, subscribe if you were so inclined. Honey child, till next time. Toodaloo.